At exactly 10:45 p.m. every night, the elevators of the Carter Financial Tower opened quietly, and the same man stepped out. His name was Marcus Hill, a tired janitor in his early 50s, wearing a faded blue uniform, pushing a squeaky cleaning cart down a hallway filled with million-dollar offices. During the day, this building was full of powerful people, lawyers, executives, investors, people who made more money in a single hour than Marcus made in a month. But at night, when the lights dimmed and the hallways fell silent, Marcus was the only one there, invisible. Employees barely noticed him. Some walked past without even looking. Others treated him like furniture, just another object in the building. But Marcus didn't complain. He quietly cleaned the floors, emptied the trash, wiped fingerprints from glass walls that cost more than his entire apartment. Every night he passed the same office, Office 914, the office of the company's CEO, Daniel Carter, one of the most powerful businessmen in the city. Marcus never went inside. He simply cleaned the hallway outside the door. But one night, something happened that would change Marcus's life forever. As Marcus pushed his cart down the hallway, he heard shouting, loud voices coming from inside the CEO's office. Marcus paused. He wasn't trying to listen, but the voices were impossible to ignore. "You said no one would ever find out," a man shouted. Another voice answered coldly, "Relax, no one will ever trace the money." Marcus froze. Money? Trace? Something about the conversation felt wrong. Marcus slowly continued mopping the floor, trying not to draw attention. But suddenly, the office door slammed open. Daniel Carter stepped into the hallway. His face was red with anger. His eyes locked onto Marcus. For a moment, the hallway became completely silent. Daniel stared at him, then asked coldly, "How long have you been standing there?" Marcus felt his heart racing. "I was just cleaning, sir." Daniel looked at him for a long moment. Then he smirked. "A janitor, huh?" Marcus nodded quietly. Daniel turned back toward his office, but before going inside, he said something strange, something Marcus would remember forever. "Good." Then he added quietly, "People like you are invisible." Marcus continued mopping the floor, but deep down he had a strange feeling. A feeling that something bad had just started. And within 48 hours, Marcus Hill would become the most hated man in the entire building. Accused of stealing $500,000, humiliated, fired, and dragged into court. But what no one knew was that the quiet janitor they blamed was hiding a secret that would destroy everything. Marcus Hill worked the night shift. The building was always quiet after midnight. Rows of expensive offices, glass walls, modern furniture. The people who worked there during the day earned millions. Marcus earned $14 an hour. But Marcus never complained. Every night he cleaned the same hallway. Every night he passed the same office, Office 914, the office of Daniel Carter, the CEO. One night, something strange happened. Marcus was mopping the hallway when he heard shouting from inside the office. Two men arguing. Marcus froze. The voices were loud. "You promised the money would disappear. That wasn't the deal." Marcus slowly stepped closer. Through the glass door, he saw Daniel Carter and another man arguing over documents. Marcus didn't want trouble. He walked away, but something inside him told him that moment would change everything. 2 days later, Marcus arrived at work, like always. But something was wrong. 3 security guards were waiting. Marcus Hill? Yes. You need to come with us. Confused, Marcus followed them. They brought him into a conference room. Inside were 2 men, Daniel Carter and the building manager. The manager slid a paper across the table. $500,000 is missing from the company account. Marcus blinked. I don't understand. Daniel Carter leaned forward. Our security cameras show you outside my office that night. Marcus felt his heart pounding. I was cleaning the hallway. Daniel smiled coldly. And yet, somehow, the money disappeared that same night. Marcus realized what was happening. They were blaming him, the janitor, the easiest target. Within hours, the news spread. Employees whispered, that janitor stole $500,000. Marcus was escorted out of the building. People stared. Some laughed. One young employee even filmed him on his phone. Marcus felt something inside him break. 30 years of honest work, gone. When he got home that night, his daughter saw the news. Dad, what is this? Marcus sat silently. I didn't steal anything. But the world had already judged him. 3 weeks later, Marcus received a letter, a court summons. The company was suing him for theft. Marcus opened a drawer. Inside were dozens of legal books. Marcus slowly put on his glasses. Then he opened a thick folder. Inside was something no one expected. Marcus Hill was once one of the best financial investigators in Chicago. 20 years earlier, Marcus had exposed a billion-dollar fraud case. But after his wife died, he left the profession and disappeared from the corporate world. Until now. Marcus looked at the court summons. Then he whispered quietly, "They picked the wrong janitor." The courtroom was full. Everyone expected the same outcome. The janitor would lose, the CEO would win. But when Marcus stood up, something felt different. The judge asked, "Mr. Hill, do you have representation?" Marcus calmly replied, "Yes." "Who?" Marcus looked directly at Daniel Carter. "Me." The courtroom whispered. Marcus opened a folder. Inside were financial records, security logs, transaction reports, and hidden transfers. Marcus had spent the past 3 weeks investigating, and what he found shocked everyone. Marcus pressed a button. A screen behind him lit up. Bank transfers appeared. Hidden accounts. Shell companies. Marcus spoke calmly. The missing $500,000 was never stolen. He pointed to the screen. It was moved. Then he looked at Daniel Carter. "Into your offshore account." The courtroom gasped. Marcus continued. "You accused me because you needed someone invisible." The judge leaned forward. "Mr. Carter, do you wish to respond?" Daniel Carter said nothing, because Marcus had uncovered something much bigger. Corporate fraud. Millions of dollars, hidden for years. 1 week later, the verdict came. Daniel Carter was arrested. The company was fined millions, and Marcus Hill was officially cleared. But something unexpected happened. The judge called Marcus forward. "Mr. Hill, the court would like to offer you a position." Marcus looked surprised. "What position?" The judge smiled. "Lead investigator for the Federal Fraud Unit." Marcus thought for a moment. Then he said quietly, "I think I'm done being invisible."